The company also reported another $2.3 million in deferred revenue from a deal to bring Ark 2, the one with Vin Diesel, to Game Pass when it launches in 2023. Starting things off with a weekly Muse. Alex, remember a little while back when you talked to me about your experience playing Ark?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
That doesn't mean that other people have not enjoyed it.
Lots of people seem to enjoy Ark.
Yeah, as far as the the online survival games go, it seems to have been doing okay. For people who are not aware, Ark Survival Evolved is survival crafting game, but
there are dinosaurs.
There are dinosaurs, right? They're dinosaurs. The dinosaurs will try to eat you. You have to try to kill them before they eat you, and use their various pieces for armor.
Probably. I didn't get that far.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, that's not really what we're talking about today. We're talking about recent news that came out about the company that makes Ark shutting down the servers and forcing fans to buy a next-gen upgrade. I have the Kotaku article pulled up, but there are a few other outlets that have been talking about it. But the upgrade bundle is called, Ark Survival Ascended.
Oh.
So now we're from Evolved to Ascended. This is good.
Yeah. No more evolution needed. We just will ascend to a higher plane of existence.
Exactly. Dinosaurs start to elevate off of the ground as their spiritual beings.
Ark Survival Levitated.
Wildcard announced that they're going to have an upgraded version of Evolved, that's the Ascended, that will be coming to the next-gen system, so PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's going to, of course, come to the PC. So here's the thing that gets weird. The next-generation remaster, the Ascended part, or the Elevated, depending on how you want to see it.
Levitated.
Yes. Using Unreal Engine 5 now.
Oh boy.
Will cost players, and the old version's official servers will be shut down. So, old servers, if you're not upgrading, getting shut down. For Xbox X and X and the PC, they will only be able to get it via an ultimate value bundle known as the Ark Respawned Bundle, is what the studio says. This bundle includes ownership of Ark Survival Ascended and Ark 2 and will be priced at $49.99. So, yeah. The PS5 version will only cost $40, but not include the sequel, which isn't even releasing gameplay footage until 2024.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There will also be 2 DLC expansion packs, each priced at $20. I think the PS5 one is the most egregious, because they're going to make you pay $40. You don't even get the new game. You're just paying $40 for the new next-gen version of the game you've already bought.
Yeah. And you don't, I'm assuming you don't get to save any of your progress on a server.
I don't know how that would work. Right?
It wouldn't. That's the point.
Yeah, because the servers are going down. So
the official servers. So I assume what you can probably still do is if you're hosting it yourself, if that's a thing. Old school Minecraft, you could do host your own servers, for instance.
Yeah.
So like I could have had the I think it was a jar file like running on my computer and had like a Minecraft server running hosted on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you might be able to do something like that with Ark.
At the end of August, the original version of the game will go into stasis. So this is the statement from Wildcard. With the launch of ASA, the levitated version here, at the end of August, we will be taking down all official servers on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC for Ark Survival Evolved. At that time, the final save datas for the Ark Survival Evolved official servers will be uploaded for players to rehost on their own servers or play in single-player non-dedi, as well as slightly earlier snapshots.
Okay, so yeah, they're uploading the data so you can host it yourself. Yeah. So we're gonna see either people who want the remaster getting it because they want to see a improved version of it, maybe.
I guess.
Better looking version of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably more broken because they're going from Unreal 3, 4, whichever version they're at, to Unreal 5. I'm sure there's a lot of different bugs that are gonna pop up.
There's bugs I have to fight now too?
Yeah, bugs and dinosaurs. But I assume that anyone who doesn't want that is just gonna take their stuff and like community host it. You're gonna have because you can find dedicated server hosting companies all over the place.
Yeah.
So they're gonna jump on that. You're gonna be like, man, like $8 a month to host an Ark dedicated server.
Yeah, you can understand why for a lot of people that have poured thousands of hours into the game.
I don't understand those people, no.
Well, we don't understand that, but it's been since 2015, so, This was met with, let's say, unfavorable response from folks.
I can imagine.
There were a few people, because this was at the end of March that they announced this, that wondered if this was an early April Fool's joke. This is back to the whole Diablo Immortal announcement. You
got phones?
You got phones, yeah. Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? It is not. Something that they say at the end of the Kotaku article is, Ark Survival, like No Man's Sky and Minecraft, is a game about finding community and building memories together as much as it's about whatever the mechanics actually have you doing.
Is that what No Man's Sky is about?
I guess so. In this case, riding dinosaurs and shooting monsters. I can do that in No Man's Sky as well. In light of the news, many papers are trying to come to grips with leaving that behind. I don't think it sets up a very good precedent, especially for Wildcard.
No, probably not.
Because what happens when they want to keep it going, but they need to, update it again? Or this reminded me of something around Ark 2. So thanks to a new SEC filing, we have hard figures on what the console wars look like for Sony and Microsoft. It belongs to Snail Games, and was required as the company prepares to file its initial public offering. That's why we're getting a very rare glimpse at this. So, Microsoft has had Ark on their Game Pass for a little while now. According to the filing, Snail Games saw $2.5 million in revenue from the first half of 2022 alone for licensing Ark Survival Evolved. The company also reported another $2.3 million in deferred revenue from a deal to bring Ark 2, the one with Vin Diesel, to Game Pass when it launches in 2023. While the agreement for the first game is currently set to renew perpetually, the one for Ark 2 is planned for 3 years. I don't know, that seems kinda low for giving millions and millions of people access.
But you also have to realize that you have to think that these aren't people buying the game.
Exactly.
These are people just essentially renting the game.
Right. Exactly.
So
that's my
you're getting $2.5 million and you don't have to ship any more copies or have anyone download anything from you, pay for it like that. And it's all on Microsoft's end.
And even with the direct download stuff, you have fees that you pay to the companies. Sometimes 30% or so, if you're talking about Steam. I guess in the end, it's probably not a terrible idea. Sony decided to make this one of March's PS Plus games for the PS4, and according to the recent SEC filing, they paid $3.5 million for it.
For March alone?
That's to be part of March's PS Plus games. So just for that month, right? That's what they got out of it. To put these numbers in perspective, Microsoft previously paid $600,000 to bring Cooking Simulator to Game Pass. Epic Games spent $1.4 million to give away open-world survival sim Subnautica for free on PC. Data points going on between Sony and Microsoft on the latter's planned acquisition of Call of Duty. We've gone over that with those documents. What that basically said is Game Pass on consoles brought in revenue of $2.9 billion in 2021. Had reported at the beginning of 25 million subscribers.
For Game Pass?
For Game Pass.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a year ago.
Sony has claimed that PS Plus has 47.3 million subscribers.
Is that active or just like have had subscriptions?
Yeah. In the most recent earnings report, that's what they're saying. It's not clear how much total revenue it generates. PS5 has argued in its own filings in Brazil's government and others that Microsoft's $69 billion deal to bring Call of Duty, Diablo 4, and other games to Game Pass would make it much harder to compete in the gaming industry. That was the leaked document that we were talking about earlier. So everybody who knows, go and watch our video on that.
You can link it in the somewhere.
I'll link it because that earlier Sony document kind of shows that Call of Duty, specifically Call of Duty, is a big concern for them having access to it. But that kind of gives you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look on what the monetary transactions of getting these games onto the platforms really looks like. But also like what they're getting out of it. Now, with that all being said, to just tie back to the first thing that we were talking about, I guess get Game Pass or something like that to play Ark 2. But if you have the original game, I don't like this idea of trying to actively sell people the game again or forcing them to essentially buy the game again by shutting down the servers and telling them that there's a new version that they have to buy over.
Essentially, Skyrim did the same thing. Didn't shut down the old game. Well, you can't buy the older vanilla version of Skyrim 2011 anymore.
Sure.
Like, not digitally.
Right. I think the only difference there is that, like, Bethesda didn't say, this game is unplayable now.
Yeah, they didn't take it away. But at the same time, CD Projekt Red recently had a update to The Witcher. Like a big update to give it, like, fresh coat of paint and new gen graphics and everything, and that was free, so... Like, there's a lot of games that continually support their products and just do big free updates. I mean, you play World of Warcraft, and World of Warcraft has gone through some huge updates that were just part of the game itself. No Man's Sky since 2016 has had... They just had another update, their 9th major update.
It's not a great precedent, and it makes me worried about the consumer aspect of it. of having people pay for the other thing. It's a raw deal. At least you'll get to keep your save data and you can play it, I guess, offline. But if you want like all the new bells and whistles, and if you're part of guilds or anything like that, or you have friends or community, because that's why online games exist, then this is kind of a monkey wrench in that. Unless you shell out money. Not great. It hasn't really garnered them a lot of goodwill, and we'll see how many people stick around with it. It's also kind of strange that you do this on the heels of getting like a second game out there, because why wouldn't people just buy the new game?
Maybe that's their hope. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
The only thing I could see is if you could somehow take the progress that you've made in the first game and utilize it in some way in the second one. But
that'd be weird.
It might be weird. It would be like if you played Fallout 3 and you could import your save game to Fallout New Vegas and then 4. I want to do that, though. That'd be amazing. What do you think is the more egregious thing, folks out there? Do you think it's calling your game Survival Ascended, or is it trying to make people buy your game again?
Can it be both?
It could be both. Also, are you enthusiastic about seeing Vin Diesel riding a dinosaur? It's all about Dinosaur Family.
There you go.
Perfect. Well, at least I have an episode title now.